The Chamber of Petroleum Consumers, COPEC, says it strongly opposes the recently passed emissions levy bill, deeming it as an excessive taxation measure that would adversely impact consumers of fuel products. COPEC contends that the bill's implementation could lead to negative consequences for those who are reliant on petrol and diesel. The following report has more.
Efforts to align with global climate change initiatives such as the Paris Agreement on the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, the government introduced the Emission Levy Bill, a move that received parliamentary approval. Commencing January 2024, the bill imposes an annual fee of 100 cedis on owners of both petrol and diesel cars. This development follows the government's decision to grant imported electric vehicles a zero VAT rate in the 2024 budget. The introduction of the emissions levy bill has raised concerns among drivers, notably championed by the Ghana Private Road Transport Union (GPRTU), prompting discussions to petition Parliament to avoid potential increases in transport fares. While no fare adjustments have been made yet, the GPRTU is in talks with the Transport Ministry to announce any forthcoming changes. Drivers expressing their views to Citi News highlight the anticipated operational challenges posed by the emissions levy bill.
Insurance no say atumu. Nti sanya ma we menu we na many di pa about passing the de bia mutumu. Spare pass ukoto time de ochina ukwa ya atumu. Ukoto da de bin de ochina ukwa ya atumu. Enu de bia mutumu. De bia mutumu. Nti se we su be kan wa high. Taxes ni do sunudo effecti pa ne bi jama na se ukọ abosun ka kwato ade kura untimi nto nti yesra aban on hwe maye ni ama amututumu bebrebre ni levy aye ba no omunhwe na omunya bibi wo maye na ha adwin pa obe aduma obe pon a umfa hwin kofie se kura ebre se kura aduma aye kura wo pon kura ukoto fuel we niama otua wa fuel dentins na sky be kan sem kura chop money kwan we akoma wa fie so eduma na we na say osun tumi fa bibi nsi wechi cause yare o bibi abetimi asi na wo ye eduma ye hu say wo koba de bia na bibi si a wontimi ye hwe ma hu de say de nya eduma na wo ye no.
Some drivers acknowledge the necessity of transitioning to cleaner energy sources for vehicles but advocate for a gradual phase approach in its execution.
Ebia system na yedu no ye use sa cars we bi ne de car we yi ba e different ba kan so baje mo taxi ya ehun ya ene ye dada ya sem na mchese na mo pesa mo ya na mo akan street say car na ye use na di wisi ba ne ya use ba ka say botua ho tax na mda so use a no mi hu fa so bi e wo so simple ye ja use ye do we na ba ne hu de ye move to next level but be does use as a jemo ai bi de ende ento aso and the Kalam Grammy and Tasson. One really boo. What I say, oh, ye share ya you na say kakakra. By because one say inside the Ibia Caseba, a woman that an echo.
Despite anticipating favorable fuel prices in the first quarter of the year, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers expresses concerns that such gains might be nullified. Duncan Amwa, Executive Secretary of COPEC, insists in a Citi News interview that the emissions levy bill constitutes double taxation and should be withdrawn.
These problems would arise where the transport operators are asking 30%. The ministry says we have not sanctioned it. I am not sure the ministry has any powers or authority whatsoever in a deregulated market to still sanction prices of transport fares. You don't buy the buses for the operators, you don't fuel it, you don't do any maintenance or servicing for them. And yet, when the time comes for them to ask for what they feel is due them, then we step in to say that don't charge. Not long ago, your finance minister had gone to Parliament to ask for specifically 10 pesos on each litre of petrol you buy for pollution, sanitation, right? And then you turn around a few months down the line to come back to ask for emission. So what is pollution and sanitation? The Ghanaian petroleum consumer is being made to pay double for a problem that we probably may not be the biggest culprit of. The likes of China, India, the US, Europe, who pollute the most, they would have to probably deal with emissions. What exactly are we even channeling these taxes that we are collecting from the people into? Are we cleaning the environment? Are we decarbonizing? Are we reducing carbon count? There's no program. It's just a matter of go and collect money. And we think that just as the TUC has called on government to slow down on some of these taxes, the government should withdraw that immediately.
Concurrently, certain passengers support calls for the reversal of the emissions levy bill, fearing potential exorbitant increases in transport fares. While some express willingness to manage a fare increment, they lament the potential financial impact on their budgets.
It will depend on the amount that they are going to increase on the fare. At least 10% would do for the start.
For me, I'm unemployed, right? So the letter I get, I have to like the fares I usually pay, right? And it will drain me out. So it's going to affect me negatively, definitely.
There's nothing you can do, so you just have to adjust and try as much as possible to manage your resources and see how best you can, afford for transportation.